Owen, I have to ask that you please stop flashbanging me. Oh my god! What are you doing? Who leaves their flash on?
Posting that to Snapchat and then accidentally having my flash turned on. That's for sure.
Definitely not. Well,
I would never make that mistake.
No, that doesn't sound like something you would do. That would be a crinky cronchmas.
No. Yeah. I mean, crinky dink.
Speaking of crinky cronchmas, you guys ready for this holiday helping of Dahm That's True? That's right, Dahm That's True, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Must be nice. Well.
Must be nice for all our listeners out there.
Yes.
Ni hao to those in China.
Yeah, the extra hour really helps our friends over there on the British coast. Well, either way, Owen, let's play the music. Let's get this rolling. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Dahm. That's true, of course. I'm your host with the most, Truman the Steam Machine Steen, and as always, I'm joined by the beast with the least, Owen. Domination 7 Dahm. Owen, how are you doing?
Hey, what up? Still a little bit under the weather, but we'll survive.
You're under the weather?
Yeah. I've had like the tiniest cold ever the last couple days.
You got a little snifflies?
Yeah, I confirmed with myself that it's not COVID, took an at-home test, so that was cool.
Very responsible. Very nice.
Yeah, drinking lots of fluids, eating some soup, you know?
Hey, me too, man. Drinking lots of fluids.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I wanted to ask, you got an old-fashioned there?
No, this is just whiskey water.
Ooh.
This is...
You know, I'm a fan of the whiskey water.
This is...
The 1 part whiskey, 5 part water, unironically.
I'm not going to shill here. Not for too long. This is one of the few whiskeys that isn't like... Let's say I'm not a wimp. I'm not a wimp when it comes to drinking whiskey, right? Like, I can drink alcohol straight. I won't drink it very quick, but I can drink it straight.
Yeah, sure.
But this whiskey, the Machine 7 from Tomstown. I don't know what it is, but I love this shit. Small batch whiskey. It's not cheap, but they made this. It was gridiron whiskey. They made it when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. They made a big batch of it, and it's so fucking good. I had to buy like this bottle. This is a tiny bottle, and I don't normally do shit like this. This is a tiny bottle, but it won't. First things first. It's 45%, but this is a half bottle, and it was like $30. That's how much I enjoyed this whiskey.
Damn. All right.
That's how I know I'm becoming more and more of an adult. I'm buying small batch whiskey.
I love the way it stings.
No, but this like legitimately has notes and it's got depth to it. It tastes like things. I go through a whole cycle of...
Sounds great.
I hate this dude. Welcome everybody into Dahm That's True. We've got a big show for you. We're talking Chiefs Chargers. Oh, and I've got a lot of things to say.
Me too.
We're talking Chiefs Rams. We're talking injuries. We're talking playoff seeding. We're talking AFC South Team of the Week as always. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk gambling. We're going to talk about Owen's gambling specifically.
Yeah, bro, I'm a fucking... First of all, before we even get into the segment, I'm a beast. And I just want everyone to know that off the bat.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe you could have been more of a beast, you know? Who knows?
No.
That's the question we will attempt to answer today on our
look
random...
up my name tag from school, and it says Hemi Neutron, dude.
Oh. Does it? Does it say Hemi Neutron? Yes. Okay.
It says Hemi Neutron.
Fair enough. Owen... Let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it. Owen, what is your number one takeaway from what the Chiefs did this weekend?
Patrick Mahomes is him.
Is him? Like, he's Hemi Neutron?
That's why he's an MVP! He's the GOAT!
Like, the GOAT! Yeah.
Unironically, like, without his top 3 starting receivers, with Tony, McColl, and Juju all out, still throwing for over 300 yards and 3 scores.
Kind of insane. Yes, that is an insane performance that I think ends a lot of the MVP debate. I don't think it's over, right? I guess I did just say it's ended, but I wouldn't say it's over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I got you.
I believe this was a huge day. This was a huge game for it. I don't believe you can argue about who's the front runner. I'm actually, honestly, I'm legitimately shocked that the Chiefs aren't the Super Bowl favorites at this point.
They're not?
No, it's still the Bills.
The Bills still the favorite?
When I checked last night, the Bills are still plus 400. The Chiefs are plus 470. I don't see it anymore. You know, I don't see. You know, it was like Josh Allen was MVP, frontrunner. Bills were it. I was like, okay, sure. But even when the Bills were it, I told everybody. I said, I don't understand why they are as big of favorites as they were. They were like plus 200 favorites, and Josh Allen was like even odds for the MVP. And I was like, what are we? It's week 6, you know? Like, are we sure? And after they beat the Chiefs, that's a bit of a statement, but it wasn't like Allen balled out in that win over the Chiefs. But when you're playing a game like that, it doesn't particularly matter. Like, if the Chiefs lost, or if the Chiefs would have just won by, or like, if Mahomes wouldn't have looked good, but the Chiefs got it done, I don't think that would have disqualified him by any means. But I think it wouldn't have made him the slam dunk, right?
Yeah.
I think he needed that signature win. Everybody, you know, there's a lot of talk about Heisman moments.
I was actually just about to make that exact comparison.
You're gonna make the Heisman moment.
I really was. Yeah.
Yeah, and that drive.
Like, if you think about it, the Heisman is literally just the MVP of college sports.
Right.
So I mean, and there's not as it's, you know, everyone knows that there's a quote Heisman moment for the NFL, but it's so much cooler to call it a Heisman moment, you know?
Right.
No one calls it the MVP moment. That's just kind of it doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
It'd be a little crinky crunch, absolutely.
No, but yeah, no, absolutely. I think that was Mahomes' MVP game. You know?
Yes.
Like Russell Wilson's was, you know, that he never has an MVP.
Never. Ooh. Damn, bringing up a sore spot for Russell Wilson right there.
But Lamar's was that like 6 touchdown game against the Bengals.
That's fair.
Who won MVP last year? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was that comeback against, I think, the Lions, right?
No, I don't think you get points for beating the Lions. Aaron Rodgers just kind of won it because nobody else did. I feel like the last 2 years, it was kind of nobody ever had that moment.
Yeah, but I mean that's absolutely is an MVP moment.
Yeah. You know, Mahomes' MVP moment in 2018 was the Rams game, right? Even though he lost, that was really what I think after that moment it was over. I think everybody's like, oh, well, Mahomes will win MVP.
I would argue that the Steelers game was Mahomes' 2018 MVP moment.
The second game of the season.
Scored 6 touchdowns.
He did throw 6 touchdowns, but I would say that had a large part in giving him the MVP. Obviously, we all enjoy padding our stats against a bad team to make our numbers look a little better.
It was over a tenth of his throws.
I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, you look up a highlight reel, and
it was better than a 10.
There's a 10% chance. There's a 10% chance the highlight reel plays coming from. Yeah.
I know. But I would say that his MVP moment was probably against the Rams. But it's just it's weird because Mahomes has been so good this year, right? We said at the beginning of the season, in preseason, I said he looks incredible. I think he's going to go win MVP. I think he's going to do all these things. I think he looks awesome. I think that's if he is his best self, he will win MVP. And so far, he's been his best self. But it was weird
sure you said that.
Because we haven't had this Mahomes just heartbreaking drive. I think he had 2 opportunities. He's already had 2 opportunities to do it this year. I would say against Buffalo, you were like, okay, well, maybe he'll do it right here. And he threw that pick. And before that, he had this shot against Indy. And you're like, okay, here's the time to cement yourself. And he threw a pick. And you're like, okay, this is weird. I don't love this, but okay. But, and maybe Tennessee, he had that opportunity, but it didn't feel like that because the game had gone so poorly for the offense otherwise against a team that we thought we should have been beating.
Yeah.
That even when he did finally hunker down and take over the game, it was like It didn't feel like his MVP moment. It didn't feel like that heartbreaking, that killer drive that we have seen from Mahomes in his first couple of years. But there it was. Last night, that was it. That was the molding of Mahomes, the world beater comeback kid who's actually good, right, with very sound and strong and conservative Mahomes. We've seen these two different Mahomeses. Like the first 2 years, that was a different Mahomes. And the last 2 years has been a different Mahomes.
Yeah,
we're
like
finally
the first
seeing
couple years has been like gunslinger Mahomes. Those first 2 years was just throw it everywhere and force everything. This last year has been more
right.
I hate to say it like this because I would prefer that Mahomes goes down as better than this guy, but Tom Brady-esque.
Right.
One thing that Tom Brady has always been really, really good at is throwing the right ball.
Yes, absolutely.
Is choosing the right wide receiver to throw to. That's something that Tom Brady historically has been his best skill set. And Mahomes, now that, his wide receivers aren't the flashiest guys, are still really solid, but aren't as flashy of a guy like Tyreek Hill like he's had.
Right.
He's now just, and once again, but then again now that I think about it, is something that Mahomes has been doing his whole career, which is throwing the ball into wide open guys and not forcing tight window throws.
Right.
He throws the least amount of tight window passes in the NFL.
Right. We talked about this at the beginning of the year. It was one of those. There was a stat where he had the widest distance from defenders to the guy he was throwing it to. He throws it to the perfectly open guy. And so what this season feels like in that you made the comparison to Tom Brady. Tom Brady was, always a great thrower of the ball, always found a wide open guy. There's a lot of shit to talk about. He doesn't make incredible throws. He always throws the wide open check down and he cheers on, Barry McCockner, blah, blah, blah. It's all very funny. But to be honest, that wins games. But what it feels like when you add that gunslinger aspect to it, obviously Tom Brady did it differently. But in 2007, when Tom Brady set all these records, he did all these crazy things. It almost feels like that where Mahomes now it feels like he always had to have either the smart, safe decisions or he had his gunslinger mentality that was incredible to watch, but would lose you games in a shootout a lot of the time because he'd throw a pick or something. And I just it feels crazy, but it feels like this is just everything's coming together and everybody's back to knowing that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback on earth, right?
Yeah. Then did you see that tweet by Barstool Big Cat?
No, I didn't see it.
He was like, how come he's like Chiefs fans get to see this kid every week? It's not fair. It's like, and then all the Chiefs fans coming on, Droz like, bro, we had to watch Elvis Gerback, Tyler Palco, Tyler Thigpen, Brody Croyle, Matt Castle.
Yeah.
Like, and I said out a tweet about this. I was like, bro, I grew up knowing who my kicker was more than I knew who my quarterback was.
Yeah, well, I was a bigger fan of Lawrence Tynes for sure.
Yeah, bigger fan of Ryan Suckup. Bigger fan of Dustin Colquitt. Because Colquitt's name got said in a positive light more than the quarterbacks did.
It's true. I would agree. I did see. So it's funny. I didn't see Big Cat's tweet, but I just listened to Pardon My Take and I skipped through. It's when they release these Monday episodes, I'm always like, damn man, we release long episodes. Man, their episodes are like 2 hours long on a Monday, but they've deserved that. They earned that. They've deserved that respect. They still have millions of listeners every week. Even with doing 2 hour pods, there's a reason they can do all that stuff, blah, 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 whatever. But I did skip through, to be honest, and watch and listen to where he just talked about the Chiefs. And yeah, he mentioned that. And I thought the same thoughts, but I was like, man, it is something that, what is it? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. If you don't stop and look around, life might pass you by. Or, essentially that's I don't want to say the whole quote, because I don't want to butcher it. I'm just paraphrasing. But I feel like we are having that with Mahomes right now, where it's like, we got to just, every now and again, you just need to take it in. And that's where, honestly, I'm kind of happy about social media. Social media is so bad in a lot of ways. But seeing the entire world react to your quarterback puts it all in perspective for you. It puts in perspective
Yeah.
about how good Mahomes is and just how devastating of a quarterback he is.
Yeah,
And
it's so great because
I love
like
that.
I'll tell you, like when we were at the bar, right, and it was on like it was either the second or last drive, and it was at 3rd and 17.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not worried.
No.
I don't know about you, but
I mean, I'm a little, I'm a
long-
pinch concerned, but every other team feels like it's over, right? Every other team's
Right.
like, fucking run this play, let's
Yeah,
punt.
I mean, and that's something that we've become accustomed to. As long as Patrick Mahomes has the ball in his hand, I'm giving the Chiefs a shot to win.
Right.
No matter what the down or distance. We've converted 4th and 20s, 3rd and 27s. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
It seems just so effortless to him, and he's doing
Because
it
it
with
is.
rookie wide receivers.
Yeah.
Like he's doing it with guys like Justin Watson and Sky Moore and MVS as your main 3 wide receivers last night.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, it's insane. It's just I don't know, man. It's incredible to watch. I really just don't have I run out of words. It sucks because we're on this podcast. We're supposed to sit here and say words. We're supposed to put it. I'm trying to, we try to do points that are going to resonate with what you're trying to listen to.
Mahomes is crazy is the point that everyone's going to resonate with.
God, we sit here for 2 hours every week with our stupid little show and try to summarize what Mahomes does, and there's just we're out of words. I'm sorry. We're flabbergasted. We're dumbfounded. We're
bamboozled.
Yes. He's just that good that there is no more words that anybody hasn't said about him before that we can say. And I feel bad about that.
Him.
But he is him as almost that's becoming almost overused, obviously. Once ESPN starts to tweet that, you're like, oh fuck, all right, okay, fucking. But he is him, I would say. Moving on to just kind of points about the Chargers. I would say Mitchell Schwartz. I don't know. I assume you saw this tweet. I maybe drew your attention to it while we were at the bar watching with our friends who do know ball together. Mitchell Schwartz tweeted out, and I believe he really said it best. He said that the Chargers everyone picks in the preseason are the Chargers who show up to play the Chiefs tough every year. They play incredible games 2 times against the Chiefs, and the other 15 weeks the Chargers are just the Chargers, which is truly what loses them the division and leaves everyone scratching their heads. I
don't think the Chargers dropped a pass last night, except for throws that were out of the reach of wide receivers. That's uncharacteristic for them this year. They've lost games off of receivers not being able to catch. Of course, and I told you, Mike Williams over under 1 ACL tear in the game. I'm not wishing, injury on the guy, but the dude always seems to 1 get back healthy for the Chiefs and 2 get injured against the Chiefs. And I don't know.
He's either one or the other. Injury. He's either going insane on the Chiefs or he's going to get hurt.
Yeah, and then Keenan Allen had a good game, also coming back from injury, but just both of those guys made just insane catches.
Right. Keenan Allen's going to go crazy. Mike Williams is going to go crazy. And Joey Bosa will go crazy. And everyone will look and say, wow, how could this team ever lose against anybody else? How is this team not going 15-2 with those 2 losses maybe being to the Chiefs? And they're so, and they see this every year. They see how the Chargers play, and the Chargers add pieces in the offseason. They say, well, that's the missing piece. That's what they needed in those games. And then they go on and they play all these other games, and they fucking look like shit. It was like last year when they played the Eagles, when the Eagles weren't the world beater Eagles that we know now, or, and the Eagles ain't the world beater Eagles anymore either. They fucking almost lost to the Colts. Who would have done that? But
not any good teams, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. But it was like the Chargers played us tough, and then they went and almost lost to the Eagles. And you're like, what the fuck are they doing? And that's, I think, how I feel watching the Chargers when they play anybody else is, what the fuck are they doing?
Huh.
I will also add a little shout out to Brandon Staley. Here's the problem with Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley, here's how I know he's not an analytics guy. Because Brandon Staley not going for it on 4th down and inches instead of kicking it to the Chiefs when we were down 16-20. It was 4th and inches on like their 40-yard line. He's so scared because he lost that game last year when he went for the fourth downs on all the fourth downs that he should have. And everybody highlights the 3 or 4 that he didn't get, even though he had on the drives that the Chargers were scoring on, he was converting like 3 or 4. He was converting a lot of fourth downs. He maybe went for, I feel like, 10 times in that game, and he maybe missed 2.
It certainly felt like it.
Right, and he maybe missed 2 fourth downs, and everybody freaked out. And this is how you know he's not an analytics guy. Because if you ever start to doubt yourself when you have a winning strategy because it wavers, then it will never succeed. The thing is like if you start counting cards in blackjack, right? The thing about counting cards is it takes you from, if you play perfect blackjack, you have about a 48 to 49% chance to win against the dealer. You will probably lose money over the long run, but you'll have fun. And that's a fourth down strategy for a lot of NFL teams. They are not adding any win percentage by playing it the way they should play it. They don't do it in interesting ways. They don't follow the analytics every time. They aren't counting the cards. And they don't add that much to it, but they get some fourth downs and don't get some fourth downs. Whatever. You're not gonna gain anything from fourth downs. Brandon Staley for me, I admired Brandon Staley because I thought he was the guy who was counting cards. I thought he was the guy that finally figured out Mahomes, to beat Mahomes, you need to have that 51% that you get by counting cards. You need to hammer that 1 extra percent that you get. And the thing is when you're going to convert, you're going to convert 70% of the fourth downs you take, right? And that 70% you're gonna get is gonna bump your win percentage, I don't know, 60%, right? Or whatever over the course of a season, But you can't be scared of the 30% of fourth downs that you're not going to get because it'll cost you 20% of win percentage. And now he's done that. Now he's scared because he lost one game like that. And now he doesn't go for it on fourth down when you should go for it on fourth down. Because here's the thing. You didn't go for it on fourth down. You punted it to the Chiefs. They were down 16-20. You punted it all the way down to their 13-yard line. And they still scored on you. They still scored on you in plenty of time. It didn't take them any time at all. They still drove it down the field. They still scored. If you go for it on fourth down and you don't get it and you give them to them on the 40, you know what they're going to do? They're going to score on you. It doesn't.
And you're going to have more time.
Right. And it doesn't matter. You had the opportunity to go for it on fourth down and put them away. You had the opportunity to hammer the 1% over 50 that you get from counting cards, that you get from going for it on fourth down. And instead, you fucking shit the bed. You got scared that you were going to not get it. You got scared, and that's why you lost. It isn't because you go on fourth down for it and don't get it. It's because you stop going for it because you're scared.
I don't know about you, Truman, but I thought 100% they were going for that. Fourth and what looked like 5 inches.
Because
I'm absolutely shocked.
Because we've seen teams realize that the only way you're going to beat the Chiefs is by going for things like that.
Right. And what do you think the reason is? Do you think that were they scared of Chris Jones? Chris Jones was having a monster game, but
no.
Certainly that's not the only, I don't know, man.
It is legitimately just PTSD from losing that Chiefs game last year when they went to OT because they didn't convert because their tight end had a freak injury and he dropped the ball in the end zone. That should have been a touchdown. That should have been converted. And he, knocked himself out and dropped it, which sucks. That sucks. That's
it's
so bad.
It's a very Chargers thing to do to not go for that fourth down.
Right. And I don't, it's the same thing when you see Andy Reid kick a field goal when they're inside the 5. If you have Patrick Mahomes,
that would be crazy.
If you have Patrick Mahomes, you should never kick a field goal when you're inside the 5. But they have flashbacks to the AFC Championship game where you don't get 3 points there, and instead you throw it to Tyreek Hill, you struggle to call a play, you call that play, it doesn't go well, and then you start to fail. And then you kick stupid field goals when you have Patrick Mahomes and you lose games because you're kicking field goals. You have the cheat code. You have the guy that can convert 3rd and 17 and you don't trust him to go 4th and 2, inside the 5. I just don't get it. I don't get running it on fourth down if you're not going to quarterback sneak ever.
It's just sports, man. It's these coaches, if I'm getting paid millions of dollars to coach a sport, I'd be nervous as well. But I don't know. I don't think we'll ever see a truly analytics-only team ever outside of the sport of baseball. That's
true. But as if you want to beat Mahomes, if you want to be successful, if you want to be the team that stops this AFC West winning streak, be the guy that hammers the 51%. Yep. It takes balls. You're gonna get hate, but here's the thing: the Moneyball guy. It's like Moneyball, right? That Moneyball worked. It worked. They took the team that should be in last place. They moneyballed it. They made the playoffs. But everybody says, well, they lost to the Yankees in the division, so it's not really that good of an ending to the story. It doesn't matter. It was the last place team, and they took them to the playoffs.
Imagine if they do that with good players.
Right. It just blows my mind. The Chargers could have won that game last night, and instead they had flashbacks to not getting it a couple times on freak accidents or just good defensive plays that got blown up, and they freaked out.
Yeah,
I mean, it ain't like the Chiefs don't have that either.
That's why sports is so fun. It's because it just bends reality, and stuff that shouldn't happen happens, and stuff that happens shouldn't have happened. You know, I think Justin Herbert made like 4 bad throws all night.
Yeah,
he missed a guy once.
Mm-hmm.
He threw some out of bounds when I thought he had an open guy.
Yep.
And then he threw that pick at the end of the game. He made like 4 bad throws the whole night and lost. That's crazy.
Yeah, I really can't believe it. Also, I will say a couple more points about the game, and then we do need to move on. We do need to talk Chiefs injuries, and we need to talk Rams Chiefs. James Droz. I don't know if you heard the announcement. Did you hear the announcement last night?
No, I did not.
I don't know if you stayed up late enough to see the TikTok. But of course, he hit the Chargers with the Chargers. What happened? We've all been there. Mm-hmm. We've all had. Well, I've never had him do it to the Chiefs, which is kind of nice.
I'm pretty sure he's a Chiefs fan.
I'm pretty sure he is a Chiefs fan. But he called it, Owen. He's decided. He's seen enough. He called the Chiefs to the Super Bowl.
Hey, this is James' world, and we're all living it. All right.
And you know what?
James said,
I wouldn't rather have any.
You're not making the playoff, and right now they're outside the playoff rankings.
And I wouldn't.
Is just a trickster deity. We're all living in his world.
I woun't want any other talking head predicting this. If
really,
there's one prediction that I trust, it's James.
Did you also see that he was in the OU locker room?
Dude, yes. OSU, what happened?
Well, he is an Oklahoma kid. He grew up in Oklahoma. So I'm sure he's been an OU fan his whole life, so it's pretty cool to see him in the locker room.
Sorta, but when OU lost to K-State, he said Oklahoma Sooners. What happened?
Hey, man. He was in that locker room. That's all.
Hey, I enjoy a man with parity. I enjoy a man with, who doesn't care. I think he might be from Oklahoma, but I swore somebody said he might, cheer for, Utah or UCLA, because he was, memeing on USC really hard.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, James can do whatever he wants. We're all at his mercy.
That's fair. I like to be on his good side. I will say that.
That's why I don't look at TikTok after my team loses, just for the fear.
Yeah, it's fair. Last point I have to say is, Owen, the division is wrapped up before Thanksgiving again. It's been a great race, everybody. Hey, we all did it. Hey, you guys made it so far. You made it, almost to Thanksgiving. It's a great job. Let me run you through the last couple years, Owen. Last year, the division was wrapped up on December 16th. Of course, you'll remember that as the Thursday night football game, Chiefs-Chargers, they ran the same play that you saw last night that Travis Kelce scored on.
Yep. And then we went off to watch
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah, that's the latest it's been in a long time.
Yep.
In 2020, if you'll remember this, the Chiefs had no teams finished above 8 wins in 2020 in the division besides the Chiefs. The Chiefs had that by November 8th. If you remember, that was the Monday night game in Mexico City. Sorry. No, sorry. I'm ahead of myself. That was 2019. Sorry. 2020, it was just the teams were just bad, honestly. There's nothing to say about it. 2019, the Chiefs wrapped it up November 18th in Mexico City. That was that Monday night game.
Yep.
They had enough wins at that point that nobody else would have beat them. And then 2018, if you remember, that was the last time this division was close. And I'll say it shouldn't have even been that close.
I That was Derek Carr MVP year, right?
Nope. That's 2017, I believe.
Uh,
2018 is the first year with Mahomes. That's Mahomes
oh,
MVP year.
right.
If you remember, that was when the Chargers won on the 2-point conversion in Arrowhead on Thursday Night Football.
They printed out T-shirts.
Yes.
I remember
then
because we watched that game at the bar in Manhattan. Yeah, I remember.
yes, and then the following week, December 23rd, they lost to Seattle on like a back and forth game.
That was so great.
Mahomes had that one where he was moving to the left and like threw it across his body, threw it and led the guy going to the left, or Charvarius Ward, or no, not sorry, Sharkandrick West. Sorry.
Yes, I remember. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, but they lost that game, and then it all came down to the final week of the season. Chiefs had to win, and they decimated the Raiders, 35-3. That was the last time this was close.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And around,
it's been, it's funny because people always talk about how good the AFC West is, but it's kind of been sneaky bad because only, I guess, like nationally, I guess fans don't understand how bad the Broncos and Raiders have been. But like to outside eyes, they're like, oh shit, the Broncos and Raiders and Chargers and Chiefs all in the same division? That's got to be tough. It's like, well, yeah, but
here's why the AFC West gets overrated every year. We already talked about the Chargers. People believe that the Chargers that they see every year are the Chargers who play against the Chiefs because that's the time they watch them. The Chiefs, of course, a top 3 team every year, right?
Yep.
Unless, people try to talk themselves out of it before the season begins, whatever. Denver shouldn't get a pass, but they do because they won a Super Bowl in the last decade, so people still view them as being pretty much up there. And then the Raiders get a pass because they have Derek Carr. And while that doesn't seem like a lot, it is enough to make people believe that they will be above average because Derek Carr is probably an above average quarterback. But
he's a top 15.
Max Crosby is an above average defensive end. He's probably a top 5 D end right now, honestly.
I think he is a top 5. Max Crosby's so good.
Yeah. But those reasons, even though they aren't going to go and win any games, that's why everybody gives the AFC West a pass.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. I think that's about all I had for this game. We talked about so much. Sorry. Here's the thing is when I'm at home, when we don't have grub buds, I get to type up so much more. I get to have such more coherent thoughts.
You're going back to old Dahm, that's true.
Mm-hmm. I get a little whiskey water in me.
Novels of scripts that we used to have.
Yes. Yeah.
Back before we condensed everything.
Yes. But so that's basically just all my thoughts on Chiefs Chargers. There was a lot of thoughts. That was all of our thoughts on Chiefs Chargers.
Absolutely, yes. Literally all of them.
Yes.
We didn't leave any left.
No.
Wait, okay, you want to talk Chiefs Rams?
I want to talk Chiefs injuries real quick. Sorry.
Okay.
I do want to ask you, what do you think the most significant injury on the team is right now?
L'Jarius Sneed, even though he came back in.
L'Jarius Sneed came back in. Jalen Watson was hurt, but he came back in. He hurt his hand, apparently.
Yep.
Juju Smith-Schuster's out with concussion.
Yep.
Clyde.
He got knocked out.
Right. Clyde has a high ankle sprain. Juan Thornhill, calf, had a problem. And Kadarius Toney had his hamstring flare up.
I'd see out of all of those, probably Kadarius Toney.
That's your most significant injury right now?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Mahomes has shown that even if he's going around there with practice squad guys as wide receivers, he can succeed. So I guess not even Kadarius Toney. I guess I still think L'Jarius Sneed. I guess.
I believe the correct answer is Juan Thornhill.
Yeah, or Juan Thornhill. Yeah, but I think Deion Bush and Cook,
Justin Reed,
and Justin Reed can fill that.
So here's my reasoning behind it. Right, Juju's out with concussion.
Yeah.
But you had Kadarius Toney that was going to go last night, and that's also. Yep. And of course, McCole Hardman's also out. But you felt good because Kadarius Toney was going to go. Now Kadarius Toney's hurt. It's a hamstring flare-up. He had the same thing with the Giants. It could work itself out. Could not. Who knows? You didn't really trade for Kadarius Toney for this year, to be honest. You traded for him for the next 2 years. Anything he gives you this year is a bonus, but he looks flashy. He looks good. Let him rest up. That's what I say. But I don't believe either of those are the most significant, because if one of the other guys is, if one of them is gonna play, I don't feel bad about the other one. And I
Right.
don't think, all respect to the Rams, I believe this is a definition trap game. But
Yeah, the Rams are bad.
the Rams are bad, but they I believe you don't need either of those guys back until you play the Bengals, which is the next week after the Rams. So
Yeah, the Rams are just so like Jared Goff and that O line is
right.
like totally dysfunctional. I mean, not Jared Goff, excuse me. Matt Stafford in that line.
And Matt
is
Stafford just got another
so
concussion
terrible.
too, probably.
Yeah.
He's in
So
protocol. He ain't playing this week, I bet.
yeah, it's not looking great for the Rams. They're having a disaster class like every week.
Yeah.
Out of some player.
Yeah.
And then, no Cooper Kupp is
terrible also. Yeah.
Yeah, just,
They're in dire straits.
yeah.
So Kadarius Toney and Juju are going to kind of cancel out. I don't believe Clyde matters because you have Isaiah. I don't think it matters as much because you have Isaiah Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon, and I think you can probably get enough production from those two. And also, if Clyde is going to go on the IR, then you bring up Ronald Jones.
Yep.
So I think you
if
feel
he's still
fine
gonna
there.
commit to playing.
This is what he's been waiting for, right? If he really wants to leave Kansas City, he needs to prove that he can go somewhere, and so he's got to come play.
Yep.
So that's why I think Juan Thornhill is the most concerning, is because I don't listen. I don't believe Justin Reed is Tyrann Mathieu, but not many people are Tyrann Mathieu, and Tyrann Mathieu really ain't even Tyrann Mathieu much anymore. But I don't think he's good enough to be without. I don't think he's good enough to play without another solid guy like Juan Thornhill. Brian Cook has been good. For a second rounder, he's played very solid. Everybody kind of forgets about that second rounder because of Trent McDuffie. Also, Trent McDuffie looks awesome. Didn't hear his name called at all. Fucking great.
Yeah.
Didn't see him on the screen. Didn't see him on the screen at all. Brian Cook looks good, but he's a rookie, and you don't love rookies without really good senior leadership in the secondary.
But I think that's where Deon Bush can hop in. I think that he's good enough.
But
Deon Bush, I think is your Dan Sorensen without being terrible.
That's fair. But I do worry about
not as randomly clutch.
Right.
But I think a capable replacement.
Right. But I do
He's
worry.
He's what Juan Thornhill used to be.
Right. But I do worry about those long plays down the sideline like they had to Mike Williams because you don't have that guy over the top.
I don't think too many teams have Mike Williams and Keenan Allen on their team.
I agree. Or sorry, it wasn't Mike Williams. It was Keenan Allen. It was Keenan Allen down the side. Yeah, unless Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase needs to get healthy. If Jamar Chase is healthy and Juan Thornhill still isn't back,
we could be in trouble. But I don't think he's going to get healthy. I think his injury is very serious.
I think they were thinking Jamar Chase was going to be back. They thought almost this week, and they said he's set to practice this upcoming week. So he's probably going to be back against the Chiefs. Unless he rushes back this week and something flares up.
Well, I hope Juan is back.
Yeah, right. You understand my concerns. And you hope L'Jarius Sneed is healthy, and you hope Jalen Watson is healthy, and you hope Joshua Williams stays healthy, and you hope Trent McDuffie doesn't have... And you hope
Chris Jones eats so you can sit in quarters the whole time.
Right, yeah. So, Juan Thornhill, a sneaky injury, but that's probably the one I'm most scared about.
No, I'm with you. Now that you mention it, yeah. I mean, it's definitely some guy on the defensive side of the ball. It has to be.
Yep.
Because Mahomes is just too good with UPS drivers.
Yes. All right.
Not that any of our wide receivers are actually UPS drivers. I just think it's funny to say stuff like plumbers and mailmen and stuff like that.
It's fair. All right, Owen. As we always do, it is time. We've already kind of touched on the Rams. We've touched on them a bit. Nobody wants to hear that much more about the Rams because they're having a tough time. But as we always do, we like to preview the Chiefs' upcoming game. And this week, it is against the Los Angeles Rams. It is in Arrowhead. God, is it an afternoon game or is it just noon?
Doesn't matter. Mahomes is going to eat.
for the Rams' sake, I hope it's just at noon. I hope they don't have to.
Quick.
Yeah, I hope they just don't have to sit there and have every national eye watch it. Damn, it's at 3:25.
No.
It's the game of the week. Shit. And there's really no way to slice it. The Rams are struggling. They are struggling. Matt Stafford is hurt. Probably not going to play. It looks like he was going back into concussion protocol. And even when he was playing, he was threatening for the interception lead in the NFL, which going into this week was held by Joshua Allen. Very interesting.
Yeah, Stafford's been just not. He's been season following Megatron leaving Detroit, Matt Stafford. Like, he's just been really poor. It's disappointing to see, honestly.
It is. I don't know. I feel for Matt.
I'm not disappointed right now.
Right.
I'm about it. I'm like the team I'm gonna be playing is quarterbacks bad. Like Kyler Murray being in the media spotlight in only negative ways. I'm smiling. That's awesome. All this negativity surrounding you in the news, and I'm about to play your team. Absolutely.
Right. But. Yeah, I feel kind of bad for Matt Stafford because of how bad of a season he has, but I feel worse for him because he's having these problems now with concussions. I'm never like, never with concussion. We talk about.
Oh yeah, no. Like, I'm happy in the sense that their quarterback isn't going to be 100%. Not happy in the sense that Matt Stafford as a person has a concussion.
Right. But. I feel bad for Matt Stafford about this year that he's having, but at the same time, I don't feel terrible for Matt Stafford because I feel like he reached what he finally had deserved to do, which was win one Super Bowl probably, and now he can just go back to being Matt Stafford, which is the Matt Stafford we all remember losing to Detroit.
That Padford, yeah.
And I think that's fine. So Matt Stafford's not going to play. I don't think. He's still being evaluated for concussion.
So who's their backup? Nick Mullins?
Nick Mullins? What? It's such a random poll. No, Nick Mullins is not on this team. John Wolford played last week, but he was hurt this week. So you saw Bryce Perkins. Big Bryce Perkins fan.
Where did he even go to school?
John Wolford, I will say, Sean McVay said on Monday that he is trending in the right direction with the neck injury that sidelined him on Sunday.
With a neck injury?
Yes, that was what John Wolford was having. Bryce Perkins played college football at Virginia. Owen.
Great.
Big
ACC
Virginia
school,
fan.
where all the good quarterbacks come from.
Yes. He went 5 for 10. He had 64 yards. He got sacked 3 times. God
5 for
damn.
10.
Ah, damn, they got their ass kicked last week. Holy shit. Not even ass kicked. They just were never in that game, to be honest.
Great, man. That's exciting. It's going to be a good game.
I feel really bad for Rams fans. But here's a stat. Here is a stat that scares me. Owen, Super Bowl favorites, and I want to see if I can pull out. I want to see if I can pull this tweet up so I can make sure I've got the right 2 teams. Super Bowl champions 14. Let's put that up. Okay. Damn it. Nope, not going to see it. Okay, so, but the last 2 times a defending Super Bowl champion was an underdog by 14 points. They both won by double digits.
The Rams are not beating the Chiefs by double digits.
But here's the thing where I have to we can play the hit the button game.
Yeah.
Do you hit the button? Okay. So the last 2 defending NFL Super Bowl champions who were 14-point underdogs, both won their games. The Eagles beat the Rams in the Eagles beat the Rams in 2018, and the San Francisco 49ers beat Dallas in 1995. Okay. 49ers won 38-20, Eagles won 30-23. Okay?
Okay.
So, but here's the thing that happened to both of the teams that lost that game. And also in a weird flip around of this is that they both lost those games. But the Rams and the Cowboys both went to the Super Bowls that year. Owen, I present the button in front of you now. Will you lose to the Los Angeles Rams if it means that you get to go to the Super Bowl?
If there's anybody not pressing that button, they're a moron.
I know.
I'm locking in a Super Bowl appearance for losing a regular season game.
Yes.
I'm spamming that.
That's fair, but nobody will respect you on the way, and you can't talk as much shit. And Mahomes might not win the MVP.
I don't care.
He might lose it to Tua turn the ball over.
Tua turn the ball over? I haven't heard that one yet.
You haven't heard that one? Man, that's a classic. That's a banger. What do you mean?
But yeah, no, I absolutely spamming that button. Okay. Pressing it as many times as I can.
All right, I figured you would, but I had to ask. It's kind of fun, you know.
Listen, if the Chiefs
lose, we have fun here.
If the Chiefs lose, I'll get a tattoo on my butt of the score.
If the Chiefs lose this game?
Yeah.
I'm clipping. If the Chiefs lose this game, you will get a tattoo of the score of this game on your butt.
100%. Yeah, this is totally not an exaggeration. 100%.
It's been clipped. It's going to be clipped. It's going to be uploaded to Twitter probably tonight, to be honest. Just wanted you to know. All right. So I don't even know if we should talk keys to this game. Keys, not overlooking the Rams. I will say that should be a major key. Yeah. I believe that's probably what happened to those other teams that started to overlook those defending Super Bowl champions that they're 13.5-point favorites by.
Truman. Yeah, but those two Super Bowl champions weren't without their starting quarterback.
I'm not sure that's true. I mean, so the Eagles beat that team, but they probably weren't, they didn't have Nick Foles anymore. They were back to Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And then the Niners, I want to say Steve Young might have got hurt.
Exactly.
But I still agree with you.
Listen, Gov, it's just...
Yes.
The keys here. I'll give you the keys again. Chris Jones needs to eat that terrible Rams line for breakfast.
Yes, and
the Chiefs need to continue to get 5 sacks a game.
The Chiefs need to corral Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald can wreck games still.
Yeah, but he's on the left side, so we should be okay.
Should be all right. Joe Thuney and Creed Humphrey just struggled a little bit last night.
Yeah,
they struggled. They weren't great.
So they're fine.
Mahomes was moving around a lot, but people were like, I can't believe this. And I was like, nah, I don't think they were, ever... I never felt like Mahomes was running for his life all game, you know?
No. It was not 2020 Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't get it. Okay.
I'm just glad that the Cardinals aren't good, so the Chiefs aren't going to have to go to a third straight home Super Bowl.
Yeah, that is nice. Where is it again this year?
Arizona.
Oh, it is in Arizona. Yeah, Arizona ain't making it. Or, I hope they do, honestly. That'd be fine.
Yeah, if they did, we could just fucking put up 40 on them again.
That would be pretty sweet.
I would love that. So if you're hearing this, Kyler Murray, put down the sticks, stop playing Warzone, and go watch some tape.
Fair.
By the way, he got injured right when Warzone dropped. Convenient. Coincidence?
All right, Owen. Give me your score prediction.
Chiefs 35, Rams 10.
Chiefs 35, Rams 10.
Dude, we're going to clobber them. It's going to be bad. Their defense sucks. Their offense is worse.
Listen, there's still parity in today's NFL.
We're favored by 14 points.
What's it like going into... So this is week 11, right? We just finished week 11. I was listening to the Sports Talk Radio this morning. I swear they said, I think it was 128 games have been decided by one score. It's week 11. That's 12 games a week.
fool. We won't be one of those 12 games.
No, I don't believe this will be one of those games. I'm not really ready to go.
Some guy named Wolford is gonna start for them probably.
Listen, I want to go like 42-10, but I think the issue with that is that the other team. I'm not sure that the Rams are going to be able to give the ball back to the Chiefs fast enough for them to score that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, well, this could be terrible. I'm telling you, man, this could get really ugly.
This could get really ugly. So yeah,
and then people will call for the Chiefs to stop scoring, and I don't give a fuck. I love blowouts. I love winning 60-0. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I'd love to struggle to say anything.
This isn't college. These are professional athletes getting paid millions of dollars. I want my team to score 500 if they can.
Well, to be fair, even more so in college, you should be blowing teams out because there's rankings and stuff. But I agree with you.
Right, but you feel bad for kids. I don't feel bad for adults.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't feel bad for adults.
I feel bad for an 18-year-old getting toasted at the corner position. I do not feel bad for a 23-year-old millionaire getting toasted at the corner position.
That's fair. 23, they're probably not millionaires yet, but they're getting close. Yeah, give me Chiefs 35, Niners 17.
7 points too much, but it's fine.
I think we'll be fine. Okay,
we'll see.
All right, which brings us. That'll be the end of our NFL topic. Of course, we'll separate this out on YouTube. If you're watching this, like, subscribe, comment. Check out the full episode. We've got a really good episode today, especially if you like the Chiefs. Okay, moving on to the next topic. Oh, and we'll move on to the NFL like we always do. This is kind of I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of snuck in another Chiefs question. The question I have for you is, what team are you scared of most being the 7th seed? I think there's probably an obvious answer that to this day I'm still scared of. The Ravens? That's not the obvious answer.
Wait, you think of the Colts?
No. There's a team that you should absolutely be scared of anytime you hear them in the playoffs as a Chiefs fan.
Chargers?
No, it's the Bengals.
This year.
I am scared of the Bengals still, especially when Jamar Chase comes back. I don't know. I will say they ESPN does their overreaction, not an overreaction article every Monday after Sunday's games, right? Yeah. And one of their overreactions that they judge on whether or not it's a reaction or overreaction is they're like, the Bengals are still the NFL or maybe just the AFC's most dangerous team. And I was like, it was like not an overreaction. I was like, bro, they beat the Steelers.
Yeah, they're just doing the same thing that the Ravens do normally, where they beat a bad team, and everyone's like, holy shit, they really beat that bad team.
Right, so because they were in lockstep against them. Yeah. They beat the Steelers by 7. And I mean, the Steelers scored late to make that look closer than it is, but
right.
What, man? What are we doing?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, it seems like you were the one that was right about the Bengals this year, so.
Well, I did say they won't get to 10 wins, and it's going to be close. I said they won't hit their over, and they're 6-4, which means they're trending.
They have 5 losses.
No, they're 6-4. They're trending close to 10 wins. They're trending honestly for 11-6. Well, that's not right either, but they're going to be probably honestly right on 10. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Vegas knows what they're doing. Except for with the Chiefs, 10.5. I still can't believe that you could get Chiefs at over under 10.5.
That was crazy. They're about to hit it before Christmas, I guess. Which I guess isn't the flex I thought it was. There's only
doesn't matter.
2 games after Christmas, but still, I would say.
It is the flex now because remember they extended the games into January. Now we play real games in January.
Yeah, it's true. They're gonna hit it before we have
last game of the season.
Yeah, they're gonna hit it before we have significant snow on the ground in Kansas City.
Well, I wouldn't say that. We just got into the 20s in November. The Kansas storm clouds are getting angry here.
But it's going back up. It's going back up, and also cold Cold early
that's
means
the
that it's
scary
not going to
part.
snow.
It's getting warmer.
It was super hot summer, which means we're not getting cold. No, that we're not getting snow. It's always cold summer where you enjoy yourself. That's when you get a bunch of fucking snow.
I don't know. This weather, we've been setting new lows as well. We set a new low for like November 17th or whatever.
Listen, the Chiefs are 8-2. It is. They play the Rams.
It's coming, Truman.
At home.
The snow is coming.
Then they play the Bengals, which is a scary game in Cincy. Yep. They then play at Denver.
Easy.
And then they play at Houston.
Easy. What, at Houston?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot we had the AFC South.
To win.
Oh, God, that's going to be a fucking boat race.
Listen, to win over 10.5 games, they have to win 3 of their next 4. And that's 12. That gives you until December 18th for significant snow. And it really gives you, if you think they're gonna win if you think they're gonna beat the Bengals and the Rams and the Broncos.
Why 3 of their next 4?
I'm just giving you an opportunity in case you drop a dumb one to the Bengals or the Broncos.
All right.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
Just saying.
How about all 4?
I still think they hit their over under win total before it snows on the ground. I will say.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yep. Okay, let's keep it moving. Owen, speaking of the AFC South, Owen, give me your AFC South team of the week.
It's got to be the Titans, right?
Titans, I don't think play. Oh no, they did play. They played on Thursday
night. They beat Green Bay.
Hey, they helped our parlays. And they helped our parlays. They
helped my parlay. Exactly. That's the main reason, actually.
Absolutely. But they couldn't get the over, so I don't know if I can have them be my team of the week. Although the Colts lost, Houston looked terrible. And the Jaguars. You know what? AFC South team of the week, the Jaguars, for having a bye week. Great job, guys.
For having a bye week.
Rest up. Great job. For Andre Cisco not seeing the field. For Cisco getting fined $6,000. AFC South team of the week.
I love it. You know, that's the kind of stuff we need in the AFC South team of the week.
Is guys getting fined.
Vibes.
That's fair. All right. We're not going to review our Week 11 picks. I don't want to go through this binder and grade your picks and my picks.
Good call.
So we're just going to move straight on to the gambling segment. Owen, we gave you a hard time. You finally, 2 weeks ago, you finally cashed your first Owen's 5-team parlay of the week. And you had an opportunity. So last week, you picked the Titans.
Yep.
Who else?
I picked the Titans, the Falcons, the Commanders, the Chiefs, and the Cardinals. Lots of C's.
So you're 4-0 going into Monday Night Football.
Yep.
And you cashed out.
I did. What is the score of the game right now?
The game right now is 7-3. The 49ers just scored to go up 7-3. The Cardinals have the ball at the 50-yard line, 3rd and 7 right now.
All right. In the first quarter, I'm assuming?
There are 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's closer than I wanted it to be. I want this to be like the Niners blowing them out so I could feel really happy about my cash out.
I will say, when I was giving you a hard time about it, I did think Kyler Murray was going to be playing. I did not think it was going to be, fucking Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
But, so you cashed out.
I did, yes. $30. 29-21.
Oh my god. Also, by the way, DeAndre Hopkins they passed him the ball. He got 10 yards. He got the first down, and then they assessed a penalty for 15 yards for taunting, which I believe should still be a first down. ESPN saying 4th and 12, and I don't think that's correct.
No, yeah, it should be after the play.
After the play, after the first down, I think.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Okay. So, and also, I don't think there's any world in which it'd be 4th and 12.
Yeah, there's
no.
I mean, it's a spot foul, I guess. I don't know what they're thinking here.
I don't think so. I think that's just their machine messing up.
Yeah.
So you cashed out.
Yep.
Do you have any regrets?
No. Not with Colt McCoy as my quarterback to lead the charge. No. I mean, yeah, if the Cardinals win tonight, my parlay would have won like $150.
Sure.
And I would have been like, damn, I missed out on like $100.
Sure.
But right now, all my picks hitting this weekend, I'm sitting at a cool 10-unit profit.
Yeah.
Chilling.
I mean, it's the question that we always run through on this, right? Is that you have to have we've talked about it and we've hammered it home. You have to have goals when betting. If your goal was to make, you can look at this two ways, right? You had $5. Turning $5 into 30 is awesome. And that's a good place to cash it. But also turning $5 into 150, if $5 doesn't matter that much to you, is also pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if the parlay hits, it was like plus 29.22, right?
Right.
So I put a $5 on it, so that would have got me like $152,
sure.
Which is awesome. But I don't think it's gonna hit. I still have my $5 bet on the Cardinals in play. I didn't cash that one out for like the 4.45 or whatever to truly back all the way out of it. But if it hits, I'll get 20-ish bucks from that bet. So it's not the worst thing ever, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And I don't know, man. I just can't see them winning tonight. So got it. I think, and I should have cashed out immediately after the Chiefs because that was an extra $3. Oh, $3 whole dollars. But yeah.
And you're really clinching.
It's fine.
Hell of a clinch.
I'm chill. I'm chilling, dude. I'm positive. I'm believing in my picks. So I'm fine. I'm fine with that cash.
I'm debating not even telling you this, but Colt McCoy just threw an interception at the 50-yard line.
I'm a genius.
Right as you're like, I'm glad I cashed out. It's like,
I'm a genius, man. I'm so smart. I keep telling you guys to listen to Owen's 5-team parlay.
Well, to be fair, you shouldn't have listened to Owen's 5-team parlay. You should have texted Owen after the 4 teams and said, hey, what should I do?
True. Hey.
True.
Hey, I am not responsible for you making good decisions on your cash outs. That's on you.
I will let you add 6 units to your total. I think you won, 5 units the other week when it cashed, like 511?
I would have had I bet it.
Right. But oh my God. Oh, never mind. Sorry. I thought there was another interception. But, when we talk about this, it's, we talk units because we want to keep track of everything. So,
correct.
You won 5 units then. You won 6 units here. You've lost 9 units betting it. All right. So, you're positive money. Finally.
Well, I didn't lose any units. I failed to gain units.
No. You lost. No, on the other bets that you've made, you've bet it 11 weeks, technically.
Oh, had I bet it 11 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, did you go back and check all of them?
No, but we went through it every week and it never cashed.
Oh, true.
We talked about it every week, and you definitely would have been celebrating it if it had cashed.
They all go like fucking 4-1 though. That's why I finally started betting the actual teams.
Yes. So, and this one might go 4-1, which is even funnier. So,
we'll see.
I'll allow 6 units to be added on because you cashed out. And you have 5, so you've lost 9 times. So you're plus 2 units. A lot of pressure. Hit another one in the next 2 weeks then. Yeah. About to go negative again. Okay.
We'll see.
All right, we can keep moving on. As always, we like to thank our Patreon subscribers. Head on over to Open Disaster or patreon.com/opendisaster. You can subscribe to our Patreon. It could be $1, could be $5. $1 gets you some Discord tiers. I'll get you a shout out. Like we're going to shout out Aaron, Dylan, Meltbox Kansas City, or Michael, probably, Skylar, Joe, and Picaro. That's the 6 people we're shouting out. That's our 6 patrons. A big shout out to them. And
thanks, guys.
If you're subscribing at $5, you'll get bonus content in the form of bonus buds. If I can ever get those guys to post it. There's a lot of bonus buds that you guys are about to get probably dropped all at once.
Bonus bud dump.
And then you also
dump.
get Steen versus Machine.
Oh, hey.
Which you get to find out, Truman. Which is why we have hit this segment of how the Machine did this week.
Let him know.
And Owen.
Let him know, buddy.
It's the week. Again, we talk about this every week. I love winning 1 unit weeks because it lets me know that my success isn't fluky. I've been positive, the machine as a whole. To be honest, I make about 10 picks a week based on my machine, which is a lot of picks, to be honest. A lot of handicappers are only doing like 3 because they can only find 3 they like. I force myself to do about 9 or 10 because I find about 9 or 10 that I like. Out of all the weeks, I've only had, believe this is crazy. This is week 11. I did not bet week 1 because it's basically degeneracy to bet on week 1. It's so hard to know. You cannot figure out what you're going to do week 1. I have bet 10 weeks, and I have only been negative 3 of those weeks. I've been positive 7 of the weeks. And and what it's done is I had a couple bad weeks early on that I had to overcome on the show, Steen versus Machine. But I've been clawing my way back. I've had a couple 3-2 weeks, one or two 4-1 weeks. So I was only like negative 4, like 70 this week. I'd finally or negative 4.7 units. And Owen, 5 picks on Steen versus Machine, 5 winners. I had the Jets New England under 38.5. Never even fucking close. That shit cashed hard. I had Washington Houston under 40.5. Houston scored 10 points. Commanders can't score enough for that. I had the under 40.5. I had Kansas City LA Chargers over 4. I think it ended up being 52.5. Doesn't matter. Still cashes. I had Las Vegas Denver under 41.5. Went to overtime. Still didn't hit the over. Cashed. And I had Cleveland Buffalo. Oh, what a pick. That was really my magnum opus, was that game. Because I had the Buffalo Bills minus 7.5, and I had the over 49.5. With, I believe it's 2 minutes left in the game. The score is, I'm pulling it up. I just want to make sure I get it right. I want to make sure I'm really telling this story the right way.
Yeah.
With 4 minutes left in the game, the score is 16-28, which is 42 points. They kick a field goal. Goes up to, it's 44 points. Sorry. Kick a field goal. Buffalo kicks field goal. Goes up 31-16. They're up 15 points. There's 2 minutes remaining. They are at 47 points. And the Cleveland Browns march down the field, score a goddamn touchdown. But, as you remember, they were up 15 points. I need the Bills to cover 7.5. I cannot have a 2-point conversion. And what does Cleveland go out there and do?
Kick the field goal.
They kick the extra point. And they make it. Doesn't matter. Cash. 54 points. Cashed. On the 49.5 over.
See, that's the kind of
Buffalo
stress
minus
I
7.5.
I just like
cashed.
picking winners because I'm better.
Well, that's why you give me a lot of shit for this. You give me a lot of shit for going and watching movies on sports days.
I do.
But it's why I like to just place my bets, and that's why I like objective stats on a sheet that I make my picks with, because I don't even like to watch these games because they ruin my objectiveness. They make me scared to take these things where I see I see the Chiefs. Oh, I don't know if they can hit that number. I'm getting a little scared. Maybe I shouldn't bet this team. I just can never get that right. It doesn't matter.
Hey, Truman.
Stay objective. Hammer the 70% that you're going to convert on 4th down, Brandon Staley. What?
So I'm placing my this week's 5-team parlay as we're about to get there.
Sure.
Look at the odds on MGM.
Yeah.
Chiefs are minus 1,200 to beat the Rams.
Yeah, they are. So
disgusting.
All that to say,
also Niners just scored 14-3 Niners.
Who scored it?
Called me the I don't know, but they called me the cash out god.
Well, tell me who it was. I need to know.
I don't know. I'm just looking at the score.
So tell me who it was.
I'm on the.
All right, I'm pulling it up.
The gambling app.
Just for that, I'm pulling it up. It's George Kittle. Interesting. 39 yards, so that's nice. I'd bet the Dr. Disrespect boost.
He had a boost?
Yeah, he has a boost. He's a Niners fan. It was Kittle over 25, McCaffrey 25 yards, and Kittle over 25 yards, McCaffrey to score, I think it was something else. Like Garoppolo. God, was it Garoppolo passing? Am I degenerate? Oh, no. Deebo Samuel over 40-plus receiving yards. So, Samuel already has... Oh, he's 28 yards. Fuck. So I need 12 more from Samuel. Kittle already cashed. And I need a touchdown from McCaffrey. Also, K-State update. Cats are up 18 points. So it's going pretty good on Rhode Island.
Like
That's
that.
awesome. They get to play a pretty good. They get to play a pretty good team though, right? If they in the Maui.
Oh, it's one of those tournament games.
Yeah, Cayman Islands Classic. It's maybe not like a great team, but it's an interesting team where I was like, huh, weird. Oh, whoa, it's like a bunch of teams. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, we can end up playing LSU, but it's an 8-team bracket actually. So we'll play winner of Nevada Tulane.
Okay, free.
Let's see, Nevada Tulane score.
We have to beat.
We're gonna play Nevada, and then let's see, LSU score. Illinois State. They won that game, so yeah, we're marching our path straight to LSU.
I am ready to beat them and see more LSU tears.
That's fair. I love beating LSU. Speaking of playing LSU, what do you think about going to the Sugar Bowl, Owen?
I'm about it. Give me LSU. I don't give a fuck. We'll beat them again.
Hey, we got to get past this week though. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. One week at a time.
All right. So we reviewed the machine again. Steen vs. Machine. I do post on the YouTube, but it goes up about 11 a.m. on Sunday. It's not. You have to be watching it very carefully, and I have to remember to post it on time because I posted as unlisted. Because if you join the Patreon.com/OpenDisaster, you can get Steen vs. Machine a day early. You get it on Saturday. You can be betting these picks 5-0, and Scott, the Steamroller Steen, the lead handicapper over at Winners and Winers, went 3-0 and went 3-1-1. He also had a positive week. Good. The picks went 8-1-1. You get 10 picks a week for $5 a month.
That sounds like a great deal.
It's a great deal. I'm with that. That sounds like a great idea.
That's a great idea.
All right. Owen, now time for the other side of betting. It's Owen's 5-team parlay. Owen, what's your 5-team parlay?
My 5-team parlay. It's so it's plus 21.91, but I did use my odds boost, my parlay odds boost to 26.49.
Screenshot it all and text it to me so that way we've got it for record. So when you're here next week and we're recording this live.
Oh, I mean, we can have it on my phone.
Are you gonna bet it?
I already bet it.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's good. All right. Yeah. Give it to me.
Okay. So yeah, I need to send it to you. So it's Vikings, Titans, Browns, Cards, Cowboys.
So you're betting the Vikings Thursday night football on Thanksgiving, minus 144 over the Pats.
They're favored slightly. Yep. So I'll tell you guys all the odds for this one because I know everyone likes to always hear the odds. Okay, MGM, go ahead and load for me. Thank you. Okay, so I'll start at the top of my bet slip here. So I took Cardinals over Chargers. After playing the Chiefs, the Chargers like to drop a game and be disappointing after looking good against the Chiefs. So I'm picking the Cardinals, who are going to be without Kyler Murray, to win the game. Because
I think they're going to be with Kyler Murray by then, to be fair.
Either way, doesn't matter. They're going to lose. Then I'm picking the Titans over the Bengals. Titans like to beat teams that have good quarterbacks, but don't have good O-lines. The Titans D-line is very scary. They're so good. So I see that. I think the Bengals O-line is going to crumble. They're not going to be able to run the ball. Joe Burrow is going to be running for his life. Then I'm picking the Cleveland Browns over the Buccaneers. Deshaun Watson's first game. It's going to be a good game.
Wait. Is Deshaun back?
He should be back, right?
No. No, you've got one more week. His first game back is against Houston.
I do not. Oh, that's right. I still do not care. I'm picking the Browns over the Bucs on this one.
Interesting.
Then Vikings get right game over the Patriots. They're minus 160 favorites. And then finally, I'm picking. I always like to pick one obvious favorite: Cowboys over Giants.
Cowboys
minus
over
400.
Cowboys over Giants.
And that brings our total odds to plus 2191.
You also had Arizona over who again? Sorry.
Arizona over LA.
I actually love that pick. Where it fails is Cleveland over Tampa.
You think so?
I do. I think they're both about the same, but I think Tampa's a little better.
We'll see.
According to my machine, at least.
We will see. Wait, so the machine likes all of my picks except for that one?
Yes.
Well,
wait. Sorry, what was the other picks you had?
okay, so I had...
sorry.
You motherfucker!
I know.
So I had Cards, Titans, Browns, Vikings, Cowboys.
Titans over the Bengals. Doesn't like that one. I've got the Bengals are a lot better than the Titans.
See.
You've got Arizona.
Vibes versus stats.
Arizona over the Chargers. It did like that one. You had
Vikings over Pats.
Vikings over Pats. It did like that one. Yeah, that one's a slam dunk.
And Dallas over Giants, which is a slam.
Also a slammy dunky. Yes.
Okay, see, the thing is that if I have a change of heart, right, I can cash this out because we have two games on the 24th, and then out of the last games, Cards Chargers is a 3:05, and Titans Bengals and Bucks Browns is a noon. So there's a cash out opportunity here.
So after Thursday night, you could cash out. After noon, the noon games, that's a tight window. I will say that is a tight window to have to cash out in. I'm not sure MGM lets you cash out live like FanDuel does.
Once the game has started, MGM does not let you cash out, but it lets you cash out up until the second the game is live.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Me and Jamie Foxx, we agree. Bet MGM.
Right. And let's be clear, I'm always rooting for Owen to win, by the way, guys. I'm never hoping that Owen loses money. It may sound like that. I give him a hard time if he does lose, but, Truman and I
are responsible gamblers. We're not betting any amount of money that we can't afford to lose, so it might be a little bit funny.
Yes, if you do feel like you're betting too much money, then you're willing to lose and you don't know how to stop. A 1-800-GAMBLER is a good spot there. But I'm a hard shit giver where there's times where people are like, where it borderlines on like, I worry sometimes it comes off as bullying. We talked about like Will Howard last year. I like hated Will Howard the last couple of years. And people were like, well, they was talking about how he was going to redshirt. And I was like, kind of hope he doesn't, because I just didn't want him to be around anymore. And people were like, you're a Will Howard hater. You hate an 18-year-old or 20-year-old kid. I'm like, if he played well, I would love Will Howard. Now I'm back to being in love with Will Howard. Will Howard's awesome. I hope Will Howard fucking balls. But he wasn't balling. So I'm going to call it like it is. But now he's cooking. What was he cooking? A question we all ask.
Yeah,
Yep. But all right. Oh, and that's your 5-team parlay of the week, which just about does it for our sports content. But we've got always a fun thing. We have our top 5 of the week. Oh, and our top 5 of the week this week. A pretty fun one. I wrote it, but I wanted to challenge you. I wanted to ask everybody to search deep in their minds.
Yeah, I got a good list.
All right. This week, it's top 5 movies that have a Thanksgiving vibe. There's not many specifically Thanksgiving movies, so we have to base it all on vibes.
I think I have one specific Thanksgiving movie on here.
Interesting.
All right,
I'm ready to hear it. Me too. I have one specific.
I want to hear your list first, so we can end with mine on a possibly jovial note.
Okay. All right. Top 5. Ready? Number 5. I have not seen this movie.
What?
But I was looking up Thanksgiving movie list, and it listed this one. So
you were like, yeah, that's a Thanksgiving movie?
Again, I have not seen it. So I'm not sure, but it said it was. So I'm going to put it on here. Number 5, Rocky 2.
What?
Rocky 2, Thanksgiving movie, according to a random list I read. Number 4, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Too low,
Hey.
Truman. That's too low.
Hey, you see Thanksgiving Charlie Brown, you've got to include it on your Thanksgiving movie list.
It's too low, Truman. It's too low.
Just like you've got to include it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown for any Halloween movie list. And probably any of the Christmas Charlie Brown ones. They're also good. I love that little stupid tree. Okay. Wait. Who's sick? What's going on here? Wait. Owen's sick, I guess?
I'm a little sick. Why?
I don't know. He said who's sick. I don't know.
Who?
Picaro asked. I don't know.
Oh, I'm a little sick. Sick of your shit. Oh.
Oh, because we are over Discord because we had Grub Buds on Saturday, and me and Owen are adults, so we'll just do this over virtual for ease of access. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry. Rocky 2 is my number 5. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving my number 4. At number 3. And listen. I had to beat an old woman with a stick to get these cranberries. Spider-Man 1, 2002, Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get these. I kind of forgot about it, and then I saw that on the list, and I was like, fuck, they did eat Thanksgiving meal, and that when Norman Osborn is like drugged out of his mind, and Peter comes back with that little cut from the Green Goblin, and he's hiding on the ceiling, and then that drop of blood hits, and they're like, how strange, nobody's here. And then they walk away, and then he's like, I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get these cranberries. So, shout out Spider-Man. Number 2. Again, one I saw on this list, but honestly makes a lot of sense. I believe it does fit a Thanksgiving vibe. The Blind Side.
I saw that list, too. I know what you're talking about.
You know what? Involves football, involves family. That's what Thanksgiving's about. Football, family, getting big by eating food. Michael Orr was just big. But it's a great story that I enjoy.
You know, Thanksgiving.
Yep. Sandra Bullock. Dude, would you believe that? Oh, and wait, if you had to guess, what would you think The Blind Side has on Rotten Tomatoes? Critic score.
Oh God. Okay, I think I saw this on like one of those movie review guys TikToks. It's either got an absurdly high rating or one that's way too low, and I don't remember what it is. I think I'm going with the high. I think it's got like a 97.
It is not.
It's low?
It is lower than I would like for it to be.
It's
not
absurd.
absurd.
Out of 100?
A 66. Has a 66 on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's not that bad of a movie.
Picaro said half the reason he likes Thanksgiving is football. You're not eating a good enough meal, my friend. Yeah, but 66% on Rotten Tomatoes for The Blind Side is insane. Sandra Bullock, I believe, won the Oscar for that film.
I think she did.
It's insane. So yeah, give me The Blind Side number 2. And number 1, this is the movie that inspired the list. And I will say it is the vibe. It is not a Thanksgiving movie specifically, but it covers maybe the other side of what it is the antithesis to what The Blind Side is. Number 1, give me Knives Out. About fighting with your family.
It's a Thanksgiving movie.
It's about. I think it was just released around that time. Glass Onion releases on Saturday. I'm going to see that movie instead of being in Manhattan for the KUK State game. Knives Out 2. It's in theaters for only a week, to be fair.
I haven't even seen Knives Out.
Oh, it's so
There's
good.
2 of those train murder movies, Knives Out, and then the other one that I also didn't see.
Knives Out is not a train murder movie, but the train murder movie you are thinking of is Murder on the Orient Express, which is also a banger.
That's also a book, so...
Yeah, it is a book. You should read the book.
And Murder on the Orient Express is Daisy Ridley in it, right?
Yes. And then they came back with Death on the Nile, and I thought that one was much more predictable. Murder on the Orient Express is maybe one of the all-time twist endings to a movie that you cannot guess how it happened until you hear it and you're like, oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Is it more surprising than the Adam Sandler one that was actually kind of funny?
What was the Adam Sandler one?
He was with
Master of Disguise.
No, the one with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, It's not just Go With It. Nor is it, or is it just Go With It?
I don't think so.
I think it's got murder in it. I think you're right.
Adam Sandler train movie.
I don't think he was on a train.
Oh, it's called Murder Mystery.
Oh.
Yeah, the Murder Mystery is loosely based on Murder on the Orient Express.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's probably more shocking than the ending to that, but I haven't seen it.
It had a pretty good twist. You wouldn't guess who did it.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
I'm sure it's better because it's an Adam Sandler movie. It's goofy. Okay.
Okay.
Go back to your 5 list.
All right. Number 5, Rocky 2. Number 4, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Number 3, Spider-Man. Number 2, The Blind Side. And number 1, Knives Out.
Okay. I don't know why I'm laughing at your list when you're about to have to hear my list.
It's a great list.
All right. So at number 5, obviously a Thanksgiving theme about family, is Glory Road, of course. Very clearly a Thanksgiving movie. They do eat a Thanksgiving meal in it. Once.
Okay.
When they're at the party and the big, tall center white dude's eating beans. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a Thanksgiving time.
Okay.
Obviously Thanksgiving vibes. Number 4, more obvious Thanksgiving vibes. Ice Age.
Okay. Okay. I'll
family. Bringing family back together. Kind of a family vibes is what I was going for here.
Sure.
Number 3, Radio.
Ooh,
Cuba Gooding Jr. banger movie.
Yeah,
once again,
so good in that.
the spirit of family going along with sports.
Okay.
Sticking with the sports and football theme. Number 2, Thanksgiving movie. Rudy.
Debo over 40 receiving yards also cashed. I just need a McCaffrey touchdown for the Dr. Disrespect.
And obviously, Rudy is a Thanksgiving movie. Everybody knows that. Once again, Rudy, not really a football movie.
No.
It's more about college. It literally is more about not football than it is about football.
I believe it.
And then number 1, obviously, the favorite, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. I mean, come on.
You put it...
Yeah, number 1 spot.
That's fair. It is explicitly for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So Glory Road, Ice Age, Radio, Rudy, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Listen, the issue with Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving is that it's maybe...
The issue? What issue?
The issue is that maybe it's not, great. It's not like the classic, right? Like the Charlie Brown Christmas, that's a classic. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, it's a banger. It's a classic. I've not heard many people talk about a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
That's because not as many people are cultured.
That's fair. All right, I'll give you that too.
Not many people are properly slating Thanksgiving as a top 2 holiday.
Yeah, not everyone has seen
Top 3,
Knives
actually,
Out.
excuse me.
So
I think I got Thanksgiving at my number 3 spot on holidays.
my number 1.
Your number 1? I mean, that's understandable.
It's just I'm not very religious, so I don't care about.
I got Halloween
Christmas.
number 1, Christmas number 2.
Ooh. I think I'd have to go Christmas number 2. The vibes are still pretty strong on Christmas.
Yeah.
Halloween number 3.
It's a tough top 3. I think it's an interchangeable top 3 in my opinion.
That's fair. I think as long as you get 4th of July has a stake there, I will say.
Yeah, it doesn't crack the top 3 for me.
I don't know, man. Why do you like Halloween? Dressing up and drinking?
Absolutely.
And candy?
Yeah.
Now so drinking is still on 4th of July.
Yep.
Instead of dressing up, you're shooting off fireworks.
Yep.
Instead of candy, you're grilling out.
Listen, I didn't say it was a bad holiday. I'm just saying it doesn't crack top 3.
I don't know, man. And you get like bonfires at 4th of July.
It's good. It's good.
Listen, I'm just saying.
But it doesn't beat Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
I know, but I'm just saying that maybe 4th of July is better than Halloween on every step that Halloween is good at.
Nah, not once you're an adult. Halloween's the GOAT.
I don't know if I can get behind.
Listen, dude, You get to see your friends dressed up as really goofy stuff. It's funny. I love Halloween.
Amen. You walk a lonely road, the only one that you've ever known.
Truman, do I need to remember that you were Chick Hicks for Halloween? That was fucking hysterical.
It was great. That was a solid costume.
You don't get that kind of vibe on Thanksgiving, Truman.
That's fair.
You don't
I'm talking
the Piston Cup.
Still talking about 4th of July.
Fucking 4th of July, Truman.
Hey, ain't no reason we can't have the Piston Cup on 4th of July.
Good chigga.
Some would say NASCAR is more 4th of July than Halloween.
It doesn't matter about it's the costume, man.
All right, what are we even talking about anymore? Let's get out of here. We don't need to stall these people any longer. Big shout out to everybody who's here. Picaro, thanks for tuning in here late. Shout out to all the patrons again. Picaro, again. Skylar, Aaron, Dylan, Mailbox Kansas City, and Joe, Booty Boy Booty. Big shout out. I think that's it. Go Cats.
Cats, absolutely.
Beat the fuck out of the KU, please. Please beat the fuck out of KU.
We better, yeah.
I was talking to a guy at work, and he says that the only reason he's scared is because K-State always gives a good old KITN. Kick in the nuts. He said he's just been let down. He's been heartbroken so many times. No. K-State just so often they'll get your hopes up, and then they'll kick you right in the nuts as a fan.
Oh, not against KU, though.
Hopefully not. That's the hope, right? But we have expectations. We have hopes. We're about to go to a Big 12 championship game on a game that we think we can win. I think we can beat TCU.
We don't even really need to win this game.
We need to if Texas is going to win.
Well, who are they playing?
Baylor.
Oh, that's a soul crusher for...
I think it's in Austin.
You know what?
It's in Austin.
That one's first, though. And then K-State plays second, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So... that's not the order I wanted. I would want K-State to play first and lose to Baylor. And lose to KU only
and then Baylor
so
rip
Baylor.
Out their heart.
But I'm not wanting K-State to lose ever because I want us to win. It's cold weather. Them boys in Lawrence don't know about cold weather like we do.
It's not cold. It's not going to be that cold.
Doesn't matter.
Pretty good weather this weekend.
We just played insane in 32-degree weather.
The issue is that I already started to look at things for New Orleans. I was looking at how much it might cost to go down for the Sugar Bowl. I don't know, man. You want a road trip? You want to drive if they get there?
I might fly.
I don't know, man. It's like $350 to fly.
It's 13 hours to New Orleans.
It's fine. But it's only $200 round trip for gas.
That's true.
Put 4 people in the car, you save $300 a person.
I've done the road trip before.
I know.
It's the staying in New Orleans part that's concerning.
I actually found a pretty good hotel. That's not too far from the stadium, it was like 13 minutes from the arena, and it was only like $200 a night, and you can again split that amongst 4 people.
Not bad. Hey.
And it's owned by Marriott. It's owned and operated by Marriott.
Oh.
Listen, let's talk.
I didn't say no.
Oh, and real quick before we go, Owen, we do have a request that you put a hat on your head. Picaro's freaking out. He's really upset that we're back virtual and you don't have a hat on your head.
Oh, do I always have a hat or something?
You might as well throw that. Hey. I see the perfect hat there, bud. Right behind you.
Oh, that one?
Yeah. That might be what he wanted anyways, honestly. Fucking giddy up. Fucking yeehaw. Fucking $300 hat right there, baby.
Now I look like I'm at a NASCAR match. I'm the crew chief because I'm holding my headset with my cowboy hat on.
That's fair. This does look like a NASCAR shit right there. All right. Everybody's happy.
Turn 3.
Everybody's pleased. The only thing that makes us a little happier, a little more pleased, an Isles W. Be great. And Christian McCaffrey touchdown. Oh, damn. Just had a good shot at the net there, though. All right. I appreciate everybody for being here. I appreciate y'all coming back next week. Hopefully we'll be talking, honestly. Guys, here's the thing. If K-State is in the Big 12 championship game, we might have to talk a little Big 12 championship preview.
Oh, we will. We just will. I mean, come on.
We're gonna talk about it a little bit. Just a little bit. We can all understand. Grub Buds next week. I think it's gonna be Thanksgiving leftovers. We might also do the enchilito from Taco Bell. In case you hadn't had enough Taco Bell content lately.
Obviously not.
Yep. And again, I appreciate everybody being here. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. We're really trying to grow on YouTube. You know, we like doing it live, but at the same time, you know, if we ever started really outdoing our numbers live that we did with YouTube, it'd be kind of nice too. Imagine this without the bullshit.
I promise. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're gonna double dip on that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll probably keep on doing live for the foreseeable future. But hey, still go like, comment, subscribe. That'll do. We appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. We appreciate everybody for hanging out. Again, I've been Truman Steam Machine Steen. Follow Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. That's been Owen Domination7 Dahm. Owen Gosh Dominant on Twitter. Don't even look for his TikTok. He doesn't post. But I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week. Peace.